happy about the way things are looking with regard to the local elections. We're on the right track, and that's good. But I feel like in order for America to really, really change, we have to deal with the issue of racism and white supremacy, because that is a thing that's going to haunt us forever until we deal with it. That is the stain that we have. That is the original sin that has put America in the place that we are now in. So, as I think more about everyone's responses, and I'm glad that I congratulate the winners on the Democratic side, because we really need the Democrats at this point. The Republicans, and I'm not necessarily always all the way Democrat, because I don't agree with a lot of stuff they do sometimes, but in terms of who I think is best for the people overall, and with politics, there's never going to be a perfect solution, a perfect answer. You got to kind of give a little, to get a little. So I feel like in terms of thinking about the people and which group, or I guess you would say, really cares more about what's best for everyone and doesn't discriminate against people based on them being different from them, it would be the Democrats, And what the Republican Party has become is, I would say I'm not surprised. It's just that all of those evil, hateful people have just kind of been given more license to be more of who they are. So they were laying dormant for years. And then when Trump came, it's kind of like, oh, this really is opening up the floodgates for us to start to be more, to really show who we are and take advantage of this opportunity to gain more power, even though, as I always say and other people say, this country is not a white country. American does not equal white. So when people say, oh, all American, and they are referencing basically that they want it to be white-centered, that doesn't make sense, because that's not what America is. That's what your desire for America is to be. You want it to be all about white people and white people being in charge in this certain way, but that's not really what America is. America is a combination of everybody: white people, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, and the like. I mean, whoever, of course, there's so many different types of people. It's a country of immigrants, and that is who we are. So to start this whole, crusade to try to make America into something that it's really not, it just doesn't really make sense. It really exposes your racism or your hatred for others because they're not like you. And it's no reason to be like that. But knowing the dark history of this country and how racism was passed down, and it was, for generations, and it was the way it was woven into the psyche of American whites, it's become a poison. So I can see why it is an issue, because for some reason, somewhere, some way, someone started a thing that made one group of people feel like they should be in charge and nobody else should be, and they should be above everyone else, when that is not the case. That's just not reality, and it's not right. I mean, who do you think you are that you think you got to be above everyone else in this world, like, or in the country, at least? Well, the world too, because they act like that all over the world. But I'm specifically talking about the United States. So in this country, who do you think you are that you think you're someone that looks like you should be the only group in charge? And let's make no mistake, it really is only one race, which is the human race. So all this separation based on a skin color or something like that, I mean, it's all made up. It's not even reality. It's just something that they used to separate us during the time of slavery to create a hierarchy. But it's wrong. It should not be. So now we have ourselves in this place where we have to deal with this. So I always say, America, has to change. The one main issue with America, the United States of America, is dealing with racism and white supremacy, and helping those people who believe that way, that there should be, like only white people should be in charge, whether they consciously know it or not, dealing with them and helping them to deal with the fact that they are no better than anyone else. We are all the same. We're all human beings, and we all just need to be in this together. And that's really the bottom line with all of this. Like, it's just life. I mean, we're all humans. At the end of the day, when we die, we're not, our race will not matter. Certain things that just won't matter. Your race, how much money you have, material things you have, certain things just won't matter. Your spirit will matter, your soul will matter, because those live on. But the physical things, the outward things that are temporary will not matter. So why put so much stock into something that will not last forever? So anyway, hopefully this is a start to a new beginning in terms of us really doing that surgical work on this country and dealing with the original sin of systemic racism and white supremacy, and breaking those barriers that are preventing people of all groups from succeeding. It's wrong, and it should not be. And so hopefully, I'm hoping that what we learn from this current administration, that's, as you can see, there's no denying it, that's engaging in all this lawlessness and hateful behavior, and then trying to slap Christian on top of it to try to make it look or sound good, which is ridiculous. But anyway, that's another topic. I don't want to veer too much off of what my original point is. So anyway, hopefully if we can really do some internal work, and I'm talking mostly about the people who need the help done, because it's not a lot of us. It's not the black people, I mean, there are some black people, I guess, who might have some hatred towards that's true. But overall, the problem is we have a white people problem. And I'm not saying all white people, of course not. We have a racist white people mindset problem. Of course, there are amazing white people who I know who are in my life who don't think that way and who would never treat me that way. So I'm not talking about all white people and all this. Take it for what take whatever you need to take from this and keep going. So don't twist this into something it's not. What I'm saying is those people who have that mindset that don't understand that a certain group of people should not be considered the standard or the default or the norm in this country, should not be living their lives or thinking like that. They have to do the surgical work. It is what it is. So that's my hope for this country. Somehow, when this administration came, that even though it is a terrible situation that we're in, it exposed a lot of things. And I always say this to myself, I hate where we're at, it's a dark time, but I feel like, we kind of needed this, because if it didn't happen, we would always still have to keep dealing with this on a surface level. And now it's kind of getting deeper to where now we can really deal with those deep-seated racial issues that have kept our country back for so long. And so that is my hope. If you have any comments, please share below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about racism in America, or just what it's going to take to help us to really move forward as a country so that we can be the country that is truly for everyone and not making anyone feel that they don't belong, because that is not what the United States of America is. The United States of America is a melting pot, a country of people who look all different ways, have different beliefs, whether you like it or not. You don't have to agree with someone's beliefs or lifestyle or whatever, but you do need to respect them, and you do need to realize that they're human just like you. So tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening.